I think over 20% of CEOs of Fortune 500 companies meditate.
Absolutely.
Sanskrit is so powerful that one word in Sanskrit, you can potentially write a book on just one word. What we're calling spirituality is a direct inspiration from India. When you say spiritual being, it's a huge spectrum. Until you achieve the final liberation, nobody is spared a test.
You're probably one of the first Indian action guys leading in Hollywood. What has that represented for you?
Narrative of how South Asians or Indians are looked at from an American Hollywood perspective. They don't know how to feature a South Asian or an Indian person as a lead. So I had a spiritual experience at the time, sort of, you connect with your guru and there are some intuitive revelations of your future. And I knew at that time that back in 97 that I was going to be an actor in Hollywood.
Especially as Indians, we come back to what are our roots,
Yes.
because it gets confusing.
It's interesting because this consciousness, higher living, truth, India has embodied that for 10,000 years.
Yes, I agree with you. 100%.
I think people from the West and people who are trained Indians who are in the Western should go to India and learn from the OGs. And once you learn from the most authentic people, it doesn't go away.
Vish Iyer is described as a maverick, yogi, author, actor, and entrepreneur. Vish trained in Sanskrit and classical scriptures from a very young age and is deeply influenced by Paramahansa Yogananda. He went on to become one of the first South Asian leads in a Hollywood action film. He is a rare blend of yogic insight, scientific curiosity, artistic expression, and business acumen.
Reincarnation makes sense to me. As a scientist, it makes sense to me. Why is one person born disabled when God loves everybody equally and the other person has got all the wealth and beauty or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So all the discrepancies which happen in the world, karma explains to me. And karma and reincarnation are intricately connected. Let's say you live 75, 80 years. Where is a million? So many, many incarnations are required to work out the karma, to become enlightened. So it's no joke.
No. And the word guru has been very much appropriated, right? And so it's turned into just like teacher.
In guru, there is a definition of what a guru is, which most people don't know about. A mountain can be an acharya, a cow can be an acharya. Somebody who gave me some inspirational is an acharya, but he's not a guru. A guru should be able to take at least 25% of your karma and work it out.
And you talk about how you manifested your wife?
Maybe I'll discuss some of the standards of manifestation.
Yeah, that would be good. Welcome, Vishy. I'm really excited to have you. We actually got connected through a close friend of mine who knows you, and she highly recommended you.
And she's also a very good friend of mine, by the way.
Yes, and a good friend of yours too. And she highly recommended you because you had written a book called Yoga and Love a while ago. And she gave me like your quick bio, a devotee of Paramahansa Yogananda, and now you're an actor and real estate. She gave me your whole thing, and I was just so excited to really have you on and ask you to be on. So welcome.
Honored to be here, Kavita. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So the first question I have for you is really, you're probably one of the first Indian action guys leading, I should say, action guys
Right.
in Hollywood. And what has that really meant to you? Or what has that represented for you, being that?
Yeah, it's both a personal satisfaction,
Yeah.
and also from a wider narrative of how South Asians or Indians are looked at from an American Hollywood perspective, right? There is a lot of unconscious bias in Hollywood. It's not direct. They don't know how to feature a South Asian or an Indian person as a lead, and is it going to make money? No, that's really fundamentally what Hollywood, all businesses run on. So it's not like a conscious thing.
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes it's conscious, right? Sometimes it's deliberate.
Yes, possible, right? Yeah.
But I like your perspective.
Yeah, my perspective, I stay very positive. I
Yeah.
try to stay very positive. That's who I am. I bring in positive energy, and I believe that I have something to contribute to Hollywood rather than take. So I always look at that from that perspective. Our movie, it's a little idea which popped in my mind. It's created 450 jobs.
Yeah.
In one story, right? That's kind of a big deal, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
So from a larger perspective, I want to break that myth that and it's happening, and it's slowly And people look at me and are like, "You're an action star? Or you're an Indian guy?" My own friends.
Yeah.
They think, "Oh, it's a romantic movie," or "You're a Bollywood guy," or
Yeah.
no. I said no.
Yeah.
It's a Hollywood movie, and it's full on. It's I don't do anything to do with India. I literally spend most of my life in Southern California and San Diego. So I've been in this journey for over 20 years, and I had a spiritual experience from Yogananda. I came to do a PhD in genetics. My undergrad.
How old were you when you came here?
I was 20.
20.
Yeah. So
What brought you here?
to do a PhD.
The what?
To do a PhD.
To do the PhD.
In genetics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd finished my undergrad in biology and chemistry. Then, so I wanted to. I'm a scientist. That's I come from a family of nerds on steroids.
Yeah.
I always joke.
I feel like South Indians are just so smart. So it's just like a known fact.
It's more to do with educational. The priority
Yeah.
in life is never about making money. The culture I come from, they insist on developing the brain. Particularly, I belong to a Brahmin family. They insist on that, and from that, so everybody went to IIT in my family, and I was like, no man, I don't like math. I don't like. So went to the science field, and then when I came here, I ran. I would say run out of money. I had no money.
Yeah.
And I made my own money I taught French. I went to a French school in Chennai. So I'm fluent in French. Then I taught French. And I was in Africa briefly because my parents lived in Africa. So from India, I went to Africa. Then I taught French there. As a side pocket money, I made $15,000. And I paid my money, paid my own plane ticket to come to the US.
Wow.
And my own semester fee, I paid with my own salary. But I had a family member who said he can co-sign a student loan because I didn't have a scholarship. And then after I came here, for some reason, he couldn't do it. Then here I am in an unknown country in Indiana. I was in Indiana, Bloomington. Are you Bloomington? I don't know anybody. Working in a coffee shop 20 hours a week, right? I have no money and I don't know what to do. And whatever money I had, I paid as the semester fees.
Yeah.
But I told myself that I'd die here, but I'm going to make it on my own. I won't call my parents and ask for help.
No.
My
Why
God.
that? Why that?
I don't know. From an
conviction?
inside, that's where I think I was so deeply praying so much and reading Autobiography of a Yogi. And if you have not read it, every person on this planet should read Autobiography of a Yogi. And particularly everybody of an Indian origin should definitely read it. That's the book I read when I was 11, 12 years old, which changed my life, perspective on life. And I remember telling myself that 11 or 12, telling everybody that I'm going to live in Encinitas in San Diego, living in Chennai, and everybody
that time.
laughed. And now I've lived in Encinitas 29 years.
Wow.
So it's just, so we have this manifesting power
Yes.
inside us. Yeah, coming back to the story, so I had a spiritual experience at the time where you connect with your guru and there are some intuitive revelations of your future. And I knew at that time that back in 97 that I was going to be an actor in Hollywood.
You did. You had
Yes.
like the premonition.
Yes. And I said, you're going to be an actor, you're going to bring East and West together as a bridge. Because I got trained in Sanskrit scriptures as a child coming from the family I come from.
Yeah.
And I trained in science, and I have such good Western exposure that I want to bring higher consciousness into Hollywood, bring stories and actor. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I followed that.
Wow. Wow. That's like, to me, it feels like we were talking before even having this podcast. It's like two different worlds almost, so I'm curious your perspective on how do you navigate that? Like in Hollywood, things are so, materialistic, sometimes shallow, and you're talking about consciousness and bringing those kinds of stories to the table. How do you bridge those two things?
Yeah, I think the first thing is the fundamental requirement of spirituality, if you live a spiritual life, is to take judgment out of your consciousness, right? It's impossible to go spiritually if you have judgment as well. If you judge, you cannot love. If you love, you cannot judge, right? Yeah, so I work on that, and I try my best not to be judgmental. People are where they are. Environments are where they are. Everybody has a consciousness, and Hollywood, like I was telling you the other day, some of the most spiritual people I met. Well, I worked with Danny Trejo, one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. One of the most spiritual people I've met in my life.
Yeah.
He may not talk yogic spirituality, but the way he behaved and how loving he was towards everybody, and he said, ultimately, it's all love. It's like a monk talking. So you just want to learn from everybody and learn. And those you cannot learn from, and you try to teach them. Right? So live and behave right. So I just have that consciousness and energy, and I like to, and I always think that, and believe, and live, that I'm a manifester of my destiny. And so when I go into a room, I take control of the room. Because I'm just true to myself. And I just emit positive energy. And judgment and materialism, all these things come. And if you don't like it, you leave. It's very simple. So you can control. And so I look at Hollywood, where it's so creative. The world is so creative. All the other stuff which we talk about, that's all the side stuff. If you're really in the acting business or music business, it's so creative. You're creating, co-creating together.
Yeah.
Like we are creating something together right now.
Yep.
And that's beautiful and that's spiritual.
Yeah. So you're like, your whole perspective is just staying in that
in that zone. I don't care about others. I don't worry about what people are.
Yeah.
I don't take that energy on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you're able to, it feels like to me as you're talking, just really able to stay connected to bringing that consciousness to the table.
Yes.
So how do you feel like you brought that consciousness to American Warrior? Like how did you tell me how you see that?
Yeah. So first I want to know what were your thoughts about the movie?
Putting me on the spot. It was, I thought it was really good. I didn't know what to expect. I was sharing with you, I'm not great at the fighting movies, but it wasn't very much focused on that.
Yes.
I really liked that there was this very, to me, it seemed, it may not be central to everybody, but because of the way I'm seeing the movie, central piece of how you were with your family in the movie.
Right.
And like the disconnect that was there and how it weighed on you so much to have that disconnect. And I know that wasn't necessarily the central theme, but that's what I was sort of feeling. And like, just, I know this is something simple, but like even at the end when the mother dies in the movie and you're all wearing white, and it's like, it just felt like honoring our culture in the movie while still having it be Hollywood.
Yes.
And I really appreciated that.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I really appreciated that. And I thought the dynamic between you and your co-star, I thought that was interesting. It wasn't, I didn't feel it was so deep. It didn't feel deep, but it felt like an interesting exchange in the way that you were supporting one another in the movie.
Yes.
That I thought was really cool also.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Now, what's your question again?
Wait, are you interviewing me? So how do you feel like you brought consciousness to that movie or through that movie?
Right. The thing is this, right? Consciousness is about staying true to your essence, right? And for people who may not have seen the movie, please go watch it.
Yeah.
American Warrior. The whole movie, we wrote it with the intention that this man is in a journey of self-discovery, of self-actualization. He's in that journey, and so are we. So he's going back to what he finds strength in, and that's fighting. And he moved away from fighting because of family pressure.
Right.
And then he lost his way.
Yeah.
And then the movie comes full circle, and for him to find his way back where he wants to fight again.
Yeah.
And the baggage and family, which was weighing so heavily on him, and the failures and everything, and how he navigates through that is the higher consciousness. How he doesn't react negatively to all the negativity which has been thrown at him. Yeah. He still keeps his composure.
Right.
He's broken inside, but he doesn't go break others.
Yeah.
Do you see that, right?
Yes.
So that is the soul trying to come out. And eventually he gains satisfaction or self-actualization by going and doing what you love to, what he loves to do.
What he loves to do. Yeah.
So, and anytime you do what you love to do, you are in a higher plane of consciousness. As simple as that.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I think like what I missed in that sometimes, I mean, like I can be very judgmental talking about judgment. Just having standards and then feeling like things should meet a certain standard, which can very much hold you back in many ways from seeing the truth of something, you know? But anyhow, what I was saying is that I can totally see that. And now that you say that, I mean, that's the central part of the whole thing. And the negativity that he was getting from his family was so significant.
Yes.
Right? And how that just weighs on you.
Yes.
And how he moved through that.
Yes.
To kind of come back to
Yes.
to what he loved, which was also something probably the family didn't,
Yeah.
you know. And then what I thought was really cool is how they at the end at the funeral gave you the urn,
yes.
and you were the main one
Yes.
with the urn.
Yes.
You know, after you did your fight and you were now embodied
Yes.
in what you believed in and what was passionate for you.
Yes.
I thought that was really significant. Yeah.
That's great. All right. Yeah.
Cool. I love that. I mean, I didn't really see that as higher consciousness, to be honest.
Yes.
Until you just explained that.
Yeah, because
whole
the
thing.
thing is, we throw around these words, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting because this consciousness, higher living, truth, India has embodied that for 10,000 years.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the lingua franca, the mode of communication is English. So we are having to translate from our culture, our language, into really a foreign language, English, to make everybody else understand who we are.
Yes, I agree with you. 100%.
That's so already you lost me in translation. You understand?
Yeah.
So all these words which are thrown out, bliss and consciousness, really in our culture they have no meaning.
They don't.
So consciousness,
Even the word enlightenment,
yeah,
right, is so shallow.
it's so shallow.
In
Everything,
terms of how we see
yes,
it. Yeah.
everything in Sanskrit is so powerful that one word in Sanskrit, you can potentially write a book on just one word.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's no equivalence to Sharanagati or Shraddha, for
Yes.
example. It's
What's
devotion.
Sharanagati?
Sharanagati is surrender.
Surrender.
Detachment. I can go on and on.
Yeah.
No, renunciation. Complete devotion to Guru, complete devotion to God, complete devotion to Dharma. Sharana means I'm bowing my head, bowing my ego.
Yeah.
And taking my senses in, my five senses, don't have an opinion. So it's just so profound and complex.
Yeah.
And so we have tried to trivialize in modern sort of new age language what is existed. So the whole perspective actually needs to change.
Yeah.
If you really want to learn, because what we're calling spirituality is a direct inspiration from India.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
100%.
There's no
It's
ifs
the
or
root.
buts about it.
It's the root.
It's the root. It's the G. It's the OG, right?
Yeah.
So like if you want to learn about software, you come to America and you go to Silicon Valley. You know, that's it. So 10,000 years from now, somebody in China does something about software. It's still, they need to pay allegiance to where it started. The same way, I think, people from the West and people who are trained, Indians who are in the Western education, should go to India and learn from the OGs.
Yeah.
And in that language.
Yes.
So Dharma should be Dharma. You understand, right? So why? Because that's when you learn from the source.
Yeah.
Like I always use this in my talks. If you want to build body, you can learn from Arnold Schwarzenegger or a trainer who's just certified from down the street. It's up to you. So all the yoga studios and all who are teaching the stuff, at best, they're just certified people.
Yeah.
People who embody living, not to demean them, they're also doing good stuff. Yeah. But if you want to learn from the best and you want to know what's authentic. Yeah. And once you learn from the most authentic people, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
You're never bored or tired of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I say often, I was like, you can go to yoga here in like the US is where we live, and go to a yoga studio and you'll exercise. It's sort of turned into that.
Right.
But it's not the essence of yoga, you know? And if you're going to learn the essence of yoga, to me, it needs to come from an Indian person because it's part of our lineage.
Exactly. Yeah.
We live
it's
and
in the
breathe
DNA.
it.
It's in the DNA.
Yeah. And when you're learning from somebody that's non-Indian, they have their perspective on it, which is not the essence of what it is.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So even, the other day I was having a conversation and somebody was like, well, I did learn a lot from, some of my white teachers, let's just say. And I said that were teaching spiritual principles that are from India. And I said, no, I agree. Like there's perspectives that help us maybe take in what we've already known through their eyes, but they can never really have the essence, I feel.
Yes. But there are some who have really...
Some who have totally immersed themselves.
Yeah. There's a gentleman called Vamadeva Shastri, for example.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Those are few.
Very few. You're right. And then I have a buddy of mine, Cameron. I was telling you about Yogi Cameron.
Yeah.
Lives one of the most authentic Vedic life I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In my life, both him and his wife. So those are people who are, but very few. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I often get this question myself, and I'm going to ask you because I would love to hear your perspective. Especially being outside of India, and the word guru has been very much appropriated, right? And so it's turned into just like teacher. And then there's this whole dialogue of like, you should never give your authority or power away to like another person in that way, which I disagree with because of the way that we see guru and what that actually means to us. But what would you say to somebody like that? Like just, how could you give your authority away to somebody else?
Yeah. The whole thing stems from ignorance, right? Just like saying yoga is exercise. Mm-hmm. So people who say guru, I don't need a guru, I am my own guru, teacher, they have really no clue what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? The first thing is, yoga, the entire Indian culture is looked at from a very scientific perspective. So when I say science, right, there's certain parameters, there are certain variables, there are certain criteria. If I say my research works, it needs to be peer reviewed, and I need to be able to defend my thesis. Mm-hmm. Yes? Mm-hmm. So that makes it science. The same way in yoga, in guru, there is a definition of what a guru is, mm-hmm. which most people don't know about. And those are things I learned from Yogananda.
Yeah.
Yogananda is one of the few people who standardized spirituality from the way it must be. Mm. So he taught, and he said, there's a difference between guru and an acharya. Mm-hmm. You can have 24,000 acharyas. So what people are actually calling are acharyas. Mm. A mountain can be an acharya. A cow can be an acharya. Mm. Somebody who gave me some inspirational is an acharya, but he's not a guru. Mm. Guru means guru, 2 words, dispeller of darkness, is a literal meaning. But there is a certain standard of what a guru is. A guru is, first, he should be omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. That's the first definition of a guru.
Say that again.
A guru is who is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. That's the first requirement. So anybody who goes and then calls themselves guru, first, do you know all the 3 worlds, everything that's happening, and being aware of all the 3 worlds at one moment?
Yeah.
Christ was.
No.
What
do you mean?
I'm talking about physical plane, astral plane, and causal plane. There are three planes. Not a sparrow falls without my Father's knowledge. Was Christ said that. Christ had that awareness. And even when after he resurrected and they tried to touch his body, and he said, "Do not touch me. I have not yet ascended the 3." Mm-hmm. So it took him 3 days to ascend through 3 planes of 3 karmas, of 3 bodies.
Yeah.
So that's why a guru doesn't have to be in the physical body. Everybody thinks guru needs to be in. So that's the first requirement. And then the second requirement is a guru should be able to consciously stop his or her heart. That's because they need to be in samadhi.
Yeah.
And then the third requirement is a guru should be able to take at least 25% of your karma and work it out. So these are the 3 requirements of a guru. So anybody who says, so when I say I'm a millionaire, you need to check my bank balance and show I need at least $1 million. That's what makes me a millionaire, right? So it's a standard. So this is the standard of a guru. So please don't go around saying guru. Very, very few, 1 in a billion probably. Right now in the world, known world, I doubt whether there are more than 10 gurus alive whom we know. So I doubt it.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very big deal. It's like a trillionaire. Nobody have trillionaires so that's how rare it is. In the Himalayas, there are full gurus who can. So because they can instantly touch you, or not, they don't need to even physically be there and absorb 25% of your karma, which is a massive thing.
Yeah.
So all others are acharyas. They could be very evolved acharyas. All the new age gurus, nobody's a guru. I'm sorry to say that. It's time that we speak openly and say and denounce. It's like somebody who's bankrupt going around saying I'm a millionaire. Maybe you might have 200,000, 100,000. You're not a multimillionaire. So the same way, you're not a guru. You're an acharya, yes. You're an inspirational figure, yes. You're giving wisdom,
Teacher?
yes.
Yes.
Teacher, yes. No problem. Please don't go around and say you're a guru unless you follow these three.
And so say the omnipresent.
Omnipotent and omniscient.
Okay. So just explain those for a second.
Okay. So omnipotent is to be able to potent, right? Potential. You can do anything. You can make sun disappear. You can make buildings float. All the cool powers. And then omnipresent is awareness, presence everywhere in all three planes of existence. And just to understand, physical Earth is just one of the planets. There are many physical planets, which in Hindu scriptures have been gone into detail.
Yeah.
There are many planets which have lower levels of existence, where if you live a very violent life, you will be born there.
Yeah.
If you live a little conscious, there's a good possibility you'll born to better Earth. And then there is the energy plane, which is the astral plane. Then there is the thought plane, which is the causal plane. And there are beings shuttling just between causal and astral. Then most human beings are shuttling just between physical and astral. Low astral, physical. Low astral, physical. So this goes on. And Yogananda in the Autobiography said, an average human being has 1 million years of physical karma to work out. 1 million years.
1 million years of physical karma to work out.
Work out. So let's say you live 75, 80 years. Well, let's say average. Where is 1 million? So many, many incarnations are required to work out the karma, to become enlightened. So it's no joke.
No.
So that's why I want to present certain standards here and present reality. Don't mess around and say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, using that word.
Yeah.
No, I'm Jain. And so in Jainism, we have there's tiers of gurus, meaning once you do Diksha and you become a saint, a monk, then you evolve in even monkhood, right? Acharya is a higher level of monkhood, but then there's higher levels than that as well.
But all of them will fall, the standards are similar.
Yes.
You need to, because there is a social way of categorizing.
Yeah.
Okay, in every, whether Jainism, Buddhism, or there's a social way of categorizing. But the real crux of the matter is, are you omniscient? Are you able to critique my karma, or can you stop your heart consciously?
Yeah.
Period.
100%.
Yeah.
My gurus that I've had in my life, literally, they can regulate their blood pressure.
Yes.
They can fly. They can leave their bodies at any moment, right? Those are the things that they can do.
And that's again, even Yogananda and other great masters caution that one can gain enough power to control universes and still find the Lord elusive.
Say that again.
One can have enough power to control 3 universes, just to give them, and still find the Lord elusive. Patanjali himself said.
Yes.
So it's not, so there are many things which are needed.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of people who are fallen yogis, for example, who have a lot of powers, great powers, but they are fully not achieved the highest state of samadhi.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, even they will admit the limitations that they have.
Absolutely.
Right? So they see the limitations themselves. But yeah, even he knew and could control when he was going to pass,
Yes.
So it's a big...
It's a big ask.
It's a big thing.
Yes,
it's
big
not
thing.
a small word
Yes.
that's just thrown around,
Yes.
And even my gurus now, that you'll be in their presence and you just feel a change.
Yes.
You feel a change. It's not just like you're taking in information and now you're working with that information and you feel something different. No, you literally, like, it changes your whole way of being, just being in their presence,
Absolutely.
It's incredible. But yeah, I just like really get frustrated when people throw around that word. And I also get frustrated with the idea. So this is the second part of the question that I wanted to ask you about, is just that idea of giving up your authority. Why is that important to actually see that in a different way?
Yeah. Okay. It's very interesting because, see, the thing is, everything we're all discussing from a very Western lens.
Yes.
Okay. We have taken something which has been in India for 10,000 years and thrusting it into a Western modern culture.
Yes.
And trying to make meaning of that, right? This is Guru's thing. I'm going to give away my freedom. And if I give away my mind, what will happen to
Yeah.
That's the fundamental issue, right?
Yeah.
No, the Gurus are not saying that.
Yeah.
The mind, when I say the mind, the Gurus are talking about the restless mind. A best way to talk about is the monkey mind. And monkey mind comes because of restless thoughts. And restless thoughts, if you have restless thoughts and if your nature is a monkey mind, which for most people it is, you are prone to making more errors of judgment. And what is the consequence for that? Meaning, you're going to hurt yourself more than be nice to yourself. Very simple.
Yeah.
So the crux of it, let's unpack it. So why are people scared of saying, I don't want to give my mind, I'll be an automaton robot.
Yeah.
And somebody else is going to have an
or
authority.
It's a cult.
or
Somebody's
cult.
taking over.
Yeah, because these are people who have not really explored. It's very shallow thinking, right? So let's unpack that. So what is the mind? Like I said, if it's a monkey mind, if it's a restless mind, are you hurting yourself or are you loving yourself? Only you can answer. If I'm hurting myself, I should be able to change my habits and patterns of thinking, which are my neuronal grooves in the brain. And the Gurus are saying there are principles of truth on which creation is based. And I give a simple example, right? You were driving on a freeway and your recommended speed is 65. And if you say, heck with it, I'm going to go 80, 85, 90, it's my thing. What you've done is you have really opened yourself to a huge possibility of an accident. Is that what you want? If that's what you want, to prevent that, try and be under speed limit. Use caution, use wisdom. So everything is you, really. And all the Gurus, even a great Guru cannot eat for yourself.
I hope you love this episode of Desi Wisdom. Please leave a comment below telling me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you would have wanted more of. It really helps me refine this podcast to give you exactly what you want. I will be reading every comment and responding.
You still need to eat.
Yeah.
So the point is, everything from the Hindu culture and the Dharmic culture, when I say Hindu, it's geographical identity, not a religious.
Yeah.
I want to make that very clear. So from the Vedic perspective, is only prescription, never a commandment. We are not a commandment culture.
Right.
Since we are not, and people in the West, they are all from a commandment culture. That's why they're scared. They are scared because they are trying to, in my thing, commandment, that's it. No. It's just prescription. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah.
Prescription is a suggestion.
You fill the prescription or you don't.
You don't, right? And you test it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe going at 80 miles for an hour works for you. Once you get an accident, then you're going to come running.
Yeah.
So the whole point is to prevent hurt and increase happiness. That's it. And that's what the Gurus are suggesting, okay, hey, don't go near alcohol or don't go near smoking or drugs. Yeah, because it's going to take away your peace of mind.
Yeah.
And then the recommend again, solid recommendation. Even people they think yogic culture or Indian culture, meat eating. It's only recommended. Why? Because meat takes more prana out than it puts in.
Yeah.
So if you need to eat like maybe a room full of salad to compensate for the amount of meat you're eating. So it's not like you shouldn't eat. So again, nothing is a commandment. Nothing is. It's only a prescription, a suggestion. So once you understand that, and try it out. Guru says, okay, hey, meditate in the morning, first thing in the morning. Now all these New Age and high performance, they all meditate. I think over 20% of CEOs of Fortune 500 companies meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people are understanding, once you try it out, nobody's asking for your mind. And a guru is important, like I just said. Somebody who's taking responsibility for your karma.
Yeah.
I know I follow a guru, but I still need to eat myself.
Yes.
I drink coffee, chai. He doesn't, he or she doesn't control every minute of my.
Yeah.
He gives certain principles: be loving to others and go after what you love to do and do your dharma. What's wrong with that? Mm-hmm. And I've tested out for 30 years, and I'm very happy. And, yeah, so test it out. Test it out slowly. Yeah, try it out. Yeah.
Yeah, because like my thoughts are like on that same topic is, to humble yourself to the right kind of guru, or guru, the way that we're describing it, I should say. When to humble yourself to that level is to actually bring your ego down.
Yeah.
And what people don't understand is that's ego, bringing your ego down is connected to your karma.
Yeah.
Karma. And it's connected to what your goal is, which for many of us being Indian, if you believe in this, is moksha, or to liberate your soul, right? So it's a downstream effect.
Absolutely,
of like, you humble yourself. Like even we went to Palitana, which is like it's a 3,500 stairs to go up. It's a Jain tirth that we do pilgrimage to every
Where
year.
is it?
It's in Gujarat. Yeah. And it's one of the main tirths. So you go up 3,500 stairs to go up. And even just the way the derasars are built, the mandirs are built, the old ones, you have to bend to get in, right? You have to bend. And there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason for that.
And even if you look at modern, people are bending without knowing. You go to a doctor says, sit there, lift your leg, show me your tongue. You're giving away power there.
Yeah.
You're not saying there, sitting there, I'm sorry, I need to open you up and operate.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Then the same happens when you go study in a university. The teacher is sitting there. Oh, I want you to do your assignment. I don't care if you get sleep. Next, we have midterms and we have projects and we have I'm sorry, I don't have time. Oh, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Leave. So the point is, again, it's the spirituality from a yogic perspective is barely 100 years old in the Western world.
Yeah.
And since they have no reference point to the culture we come from, that's why it's taking it out of context.
Yeah.
And English is a very limiting language.
Yeah.
In India, we would completely understand. Mm-hmm. And even, again, here they would understand if you give modern references, like I just did, doctor or teacher. You don't go to question your teacher. You say, teacher teaches you calculus. You're like, oh, I don't trust you.
Yeah. Or like,
I don't believe you.
Or like the school you go to is a cult.
Cult, exactly. Or that doctor is a cult.
Yeah.
You're giving away he's opening you up.
Yeah.
So, exactly. It's just very petty ignorance in India.
Yeah, I feel like the Western culture is very much often about protection, like self-protection. So
and they don't know.
Individualized.
It's just ignorance, right?
Yeah,
a man
I'm just calling it out more so than just so that we, especially as Indians, we come back to what are our roots, because it gets confusing. We get confused.
It is. You're right. Yes.
And so when we have more people discussing it in this way, talking about it,
there's no reference point.
Yeah.
We have so many billionaires in this country. Why? Millionaires and multimillionaires. Because we have a reference point. Somebody can look at Carnegie or Rockefeller, and Bill Gates probably would have looked at them and said, if you can make $1 billion, so can I.
Yeah.
So that's going on in their subconscious mind. So all the generations you're creating because you have a reference point.
Yeah.
Why does India have so many gurus? Because there is a 10,000-year culture of producing enlightened beings. And it's a factory. Same, just like a factory of...
It's a factory.
So it's all about reference point. It's all about examples. And why do India create good marriages? Because incredible reference point of great love. Like Rama and Sita. So I can go on and on. And here again, that reference point is lacking. Once you have a reference point, you'll start producing good products.
Yeah. It's a great love, but it's a spiritual love.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is different.
Yes,
different.
it is.
Yeah, in its essence. Yeah, I even say with the guru topic, like to even be born in a lifetime where you actually find a guru is like an incredible blessing.
It is.
Like it is a profound blessing.
Yeah. And you need to understand that, again, this is where cultural context is very important. The whole seeking of spiritual truth, again, this is what, it's not a requirement, but it's your life will be easier. It's because of reincarnation.
Yeah.
Some people ask me, do I need to believe in reincarnation to follow a spiritual path? You don't need to. There's nothing is a requirement. But reincarnation makes sense to me. As a scientist, it makes sense to me. It explains all the discrepancies which exist in the world. Why is one person born disabled when God loves everybody equally, and the other person has got all the wealth and beauty or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So all the discrepancies which happen in the world, karma explains to me. And karma and reincarnation are intricately connected.
Yes.
And it's also sort of in the Bible, what you sow, you will reap. And even on one place Christ says, he that who shall overcome it, I shall make him a pillar in the temple of my Father, and he shall go out no more. It's clearly said in the so this reincarnation, and then there is a concept of Shor Gulgalam in the Old Testament, and of course Buddhist.
What's that?
It's reincarnation.
Okay, sure.
Shor Gulgalam.
Okay.
In the
that
Hebrew.
Sanskrit?
No, Hebrew.
That's Hebrew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in every culture, reincarnation has been understood, and so if reincarnation is the question, the response is meditation. Okay, I'm suffered. I've experienced all the senses. I've gone after all the money, all the relationships, all the sex, everything, but that's still not satisfied me. Why?
Yeah.
Only through meditation you can discover what that ultimate truth is.
Yeah.
It's just a technology to study consciousness, and it's probably the greatest technology ever discovered by humanity to go back. And once you know yourself, if you know, it's the infinity which lies within is reflected in the mirror of meditation.
Yeah.
Only when you slow down can you know that.
Yeah, because the meditation taps you into becoming the observer
Yes.
of yourself and life.
Yes.
And
Yes.
there's the deepest level of joy
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
that you attain when you start to create that space.
Yes. And we need to understand that, see, joy is not something to be manufactured from the outside. The definition of God in the Vedic culture, in the Dharmic culture, is Satchitananda.
Yeah.
And so we came from Ananda. We came from existence, consciousness. There is an
Explain
existence.
Satchitananda.
What is that?
Explain Satchitananda.
Yeah.
What is, break down the word if you can.
So Sat means existence. Chit means consciousness. And Ananda means bliss. I consciously exist in bliss is the level of, we're talking about a state of consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's God.
Yeah.
That is the infinite consciousness. Yeah. And the best way to, we all understand only through metaphors. It's an ocean of bliss. And we are nothing but a wave. The wave can go tsunami 40, 100, 200, 300 feet, but it will crash back into the ocean. And once it crashes back into the ocean, you don't know which wave came. It's all part of the same. So the same way, the infinite consciousness, bliss consciousness, which is what people are calling God or state, gives rise to different waves. A wave called Kavita, a wave called Vish, a wave called Anton. So different waves. And all these waves are trying to wend their way back because we were created from bliss. So bliss doesn't need to be manufactured from the outside. So meditation is the most powerful way to tap into that bliss.
Yeah.
Not the only way, but one of the most powerful ways.
Yeah.
So the point is, I have to understand, you don't need meditation to find that bliss consciousness.
Yeah.
So there are different paths to finding that consciousness because that's part of you. So you cannot escape but to look for it. So people are just looking for that, which is in our DNA, that memory of joy in the wrong places.
Yeah.
So the gurus are saying, do not look there, look within.
Yeah.
Very simple, really.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my gurus says, basically, if you're looking for it through worldly things, you will not find it.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't exist there.
Yes.
In its truest form. It doesn't exist there.
Yes.
So, and so what is your meditation practice? Do you have a meditation practice?
Yeah. So I practice a meditation practice called Kriya Yoga, taught by Yogananda.
Yeah. I think that's good that you're saying it that way because, these days people will reference Kriya Yoga and not ever reference Paramahansa Yogananda.
Again, that's what, this is just out of integrity. It's very important for me. It's very important. Even my book, when I wrote it, none of this is my invention or nor discovery. I've just learned from the great ones. All I'm sharing are my personal experiences of my trying these techniques out on myself. So this book is just an honest experimental thesis of the techniques which I've learned from the great ones and I've applied on myself and what's worked and what's not. And if you don't have that integrity, and I've seen even scientists, like in the last 25 years, all the top universities, I was just telling my son, he's a 10-year-old, he didn't understand this morning. I was saying, do you know that in the last 25 years, the greatest universities of America have studied consciousness, meditation, all of the Indian techniques, and spent $4 billion on it? $4 billion.
Wow.
And
I did not know that.
Yes. And I should say, and I'm opening a foundation now to, and if you study their works, all great, not one of them, not one, in these 25 years of research, not one of them have attributed the source to, they're just calling it Eastern mysticism, Eastern wisdom. No, I'm sorry, this is, you wouldn't talk about Newton's laws of motion without referencing Principia Mathematica, whatever he wrote. You're not going to reference Einstein, a law of relativity, without referencing attribution is the first requirement of science and the entire yogic system. So my ask to all these scientists, and they're all going to get a letter from me very soon, is to attribute which scripture did you, like for example, they're teaching box breathing. Navy SEALs are teaching box breathing.
I know.
Yeah, and they're teaching Anuloma Viloma. Yeah, it's very easy to reference and say Hatha Yoga Pradipika. I got it from 613. Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Do that for so that's my requirement to all the scientists.
That's awesome.
Just in a non-confrontational way. We are not trying to, it's a science. India's yoga and meditation and pranayama and all these are sciences.
Yeah.
They are not spiritual philosophy. Yeah. It's a science because it can alter consciousness and which we can measure. Yeah. And anything which is measurable is a science. So please give attribution and honor the source. Even John Kabat-Zinn in MIT or all these people who are in Andrew Huberman in Stanford, and I got to name names now. And they are not giving attribution. Yeah. To you, which scripture or Navy SEALs who are using all the techniques from yoga without giving any attribution. Sorry, that's not going to fly anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do the honorable thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Credit.
Yeah.
Credit
where it's due. Absolutely. And India is so humble, right? It's so generous and almost to a point of negative. For example, do you know that 0 and 1 counting came from India?
Yeah.
In India in school, I learned as Arabic numerals. Can you believe that?
As what?
Arabic numerals.
Oh, really?
In India, sitting in India, as a child, I'm learning our own invention as Arabic numeral.
Was it because you were in a French school?
No. The problem is because we were ruled by British for 200 years.
Yeah.
And without getting the story, there's a gentleman called Al-Harzmi from Persia, who was a great mathematician, comes to India. And whenever a great one comes from other places, it was India, the culture was to give them knowledge and gold as gifts. And he got counting. And he got...
Oh, wow. The knowledge of counting.
Yes, 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Numerical, the 0, 1, 2, 3, right?
Okay.
And then he goes back to Persia and writes a book and names it Kitab al-Hind. You know what Kitab? Yeah. Kitab is book. Yeah. Al-Hind from India, from Hindus. And writes 0, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And through the Silk Route, that book reaches Greece. And it gets translated to Latin and Greek, from which Leibniz and Newton learnt.
Wow.
Which was the onset of calculus.
What?
Exactly. Thank you very much. So this...
But he did credit India. He said...
Yeah, but the people who did said he learned from the Arabics, he learned the Arabic text, and that's what became Arabic numeral.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yes, so I studied all this for over 20 years, and Like, for example, the concept of zero itself. Other cultures had, they didn't have a concept. They had a null, but India was the first one to put a zero as a value. Why? Because we are a culture of recursion.
Of what?
Recursion.
Recursion? What's recursion?
So in computer science, that's the most important.
You have a PhD, I don't.
No, I don't have a PhD. No, I don't have a PhD. No, I quit. Just for the record, yeah, I quit. Okay. I have a master's. in information systems and business, but this again, I studied as a researcher, and so zero is recursion, meaning it'll keep coming over and over.
Yeah. The
full thing will go in circles and again come to the starting point.
Okay.
That's the best way to look at reincarnation, for example.
Yeah.
That's recursion.
Literally the circle.
Yeah, circle.
Yeah.
It's because we have the concept of reincarnation embedded in our spiritual culture. That's why zero came. And 1 and 0 is how modern computer science ends. So we need to give attribution where, it's not like a ego thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, Google, Google will lose it if somebody from China or India steals that and says it's Google. There'll be like lawsuits
IP.
on patent, right? IP. Yeah. So India should get very smart about IP and start making a case for all the stuff it's called Indian knowledge systems, IKS, and attributing and giving, like I said, giving credit to its source. And it's very important, and I'm working on that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So when you were younger and you read the Autobiography of a Yogi, what was that experience for you? What did you experience in that moment? Because you were 11 or 12, you said.
Yes. So the correct thing to say is when I was probably 8, 9, you grew up in the family I grew up. My dad is a big reader. He would just share stories from different saints. And I just sucker for miraculous stories.
Yeah.
Even today.
Yeah.
If you told me a miraculous story, I just love it. I'll be all over it. And I'm just a story guy. I love stories.
I love miraculous stories.
Yeah, it's the coolest thing.
And I love stories where it's very clear that there was a previous birth, even though I believe in reincarnation. But, a child is born and they're playing piano.
It's so cool, right? Exactly,
yeah.
It's the best. So my dad would just share stories of all these great saints and again, take your pick. There are so many gurus around, right? Growing up in India, there's just so many. Ramana Maharishi, Sai Baba, Yogananda, Vivekananda. Take your pick.
Yeah.
But I never gravitated towards anybody. And my Kula gurus, the Shankaracharya, Acharya, he's an Acharya, not a guru. And all the Tamil Brahmins from where I come from, they follow Shankaracharya. But then when he started sharing stories from Autobiography, it hit me in a different way. And some of the scenes mentioned in the Autobiography, it happened in my dad's town, actually, where he comes from, in Pudukkottai, in southern India.
What happened in the town?
There's a great saint called Sadashiva Brahmendra, whom Yogananda talks about.
Okay.
He's a realized master.
Yes.
And
it happened in your town?
Yeah, where my dad grew up. Okay. Not Chennai, in the interior.
But it's like sort of in your lineage.
Yeah. It's so I'm just so fascinated. Then my dad left to go to work in Africa when I was 13. And then since he was reading from this book and sharing all the stories, I thought, let me just start reading the same book. But I must tell you, I started reading. It was nothing like what my dad said. It was just so complex. I didn't understand 99.99% of that thing. And I said, what is this? It's when he said it was so easy, then but I would try every night. I would try. Before going to bed, I would try to read it. I was like, okay. Then I was looking at the pictures of some of the great saints, and I would pray to them and try to stop the rain. And because these yogis have great powers, and they said everybody has the same power. I'm thinking, why don't I? So I would start trying out all these things, and then my dad took me to another lady with very divine powers, and she was just praying, and there was a gentleman sitting in front of her, and I was sitting behind him, and I was 12 years old, and she just did this, and a green herbal ball appeared in her hands, and I'm sitting there, and I saw instant manifestation at 12 years old. And then she made like 100 pellets from the ball. the medicinal ball, gave it to me. He had some stomach ailment.
You had a stomach ailment.
No, the person in front of me.
Oh, in front of you. Okay.
And she materialized this herbal ball and gave it to him. And I'm thinking, what? How did this happen? And then you go to school the next day, regular, and you're learning calculus or...
Yes.
And I'm just a kid. I'm thinking, how is she able to do that? I want to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool too, but this is too slow. This is...
I want to go there. That
Yeah.
seems faster. Yeah.
So that's what started. And then as I started maturing and Autobiography, I would just live inside Autobiography. When Yogananda spoke, I felt that this is a person, he knows what he's talking about. Something inside me, all of this, I just couldn't relate.
Yeah.
More power to them. I'm sure there are lots of great masters around. But for me, I was like, man, he knows what he's talking about. There's really no doubt. When he says, I saw Jesus, he really did. He just knows. And the way he can explain, oh my God, I was just... And that's probably the same effect it had on Steve Jobs. As you know, that was the only book on his iPad.
Yeah.
And I also have a picture of Elvis. Actually, I have the phone. I can show you. Elvis reading Autobiography. He was a very, very big follower of Yogananda.
Yeah?
Yes, because how I know that
is that like widely publicized?
I
or
don't
known?
know. I don't know. But how I know, I check all my sources.
Yeah.
So know that it's been tried and tested. His spiritual counselor is a very good friend of mine. He's 95 years old right now.
Wow.
And he was Elvis's personal spiritual counselor. And he's one of the monks in the Yogananda ashram.
Wow.
And he used to tell me stories about Elvis and what a big devotee of Yogananda he was.
Wow.
So a lot of them were...
and why did he...
that's what the karma. Karma is...
like drugs, I was going to say. Why was he so...
Yeah. Again...
intoxicated by drugs?
Like I said, the Ravana was a great yogi.
Yeah.
And he fell.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we know that the outer shell of whom we say as human is a very complicated and nuanced thing.
Yeah.
Even I think, I don't want to name him, there is a new, sort of a new age, very big guru who's named in the Epstein files. And everybody's going after him, right? Whom I'm talking about, right?
Deepak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and without really understanding, again, because people who are judging either or, right?
Yeah.
I want to stay neutral, right?
Yeah.
There's a lack of understanding. There's a lack of context here. There is, when you say a spiritual being, it's a huge spectrum. It's a huge spectrum. And until you achieve the final liberation, nobody is spared a test.
Yes.
And just because somebody can talk about quantum consciousness doesn't mean he has full sense control.
Yeah.
Or self-control.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first one to say I don't. Right? So the point is, just because somebody's talking about all these beautiful spiritual things, you project perfection
Yes.
onto them.
Yes.
And that's very unfair, in my opinion. And so, again, this is because it's lack of knowledge, lack of context.
But, and these people, even Deepak is not, I don't say it. I grew up like listening to the word Deepak all the time, that I say Deepak instead of Deepak.
Deepak, yeah.
Right. But I mean, they're not gurus.
Yes,
So.
Exactly. They're acharyas, and just because they have an understanding of English and science and explain Indian spirituality in a way which is cool,
they're not embodied.
doesn't mean they have full self-control or full enlightenment or bliss consciousness.
Yeah, I mean,
And everybody's fallible. And Krishna, in one Gita, there is a whole section of the Gita where he's talking about fallen yogis. Fallen yogis. Yogis who have almost made it, and in the last minute they became they succumbed to senses.
Succumb to senses.
Yes.
I like the way that you said that.
Yes.
So I just wanted to repeat it.
Yeah. So if you succumb to senses, so it's any time the path to God is a razor's edge. Everybody in India knows that. It's a razor's edge. Anybody can fall. There's a beautiful phrase from Swami Yukteswar, who's Yogananda's guru. He says, man's character is ever unreliable unless he is firmly anchored in the divine.
Yeah. Firmly.
Exactly. So this unhinged. So the point is, you need to look at him. He's just one example.
Yeah.
Of that.
But you were saying something about Elvis following him, and then you had some other.
Yeah, I mean Elvis, same thing, right? Yeah, again, just because he's a seeker,
Yeah.
we cannot project perfection
Yeah.
onto him. It's very I'm saying so. Always keep judgment
Yeah.
very under control, unless you're directly affected. Of course, you can talk about, oh, I believed in him and he betrayed me, whatever, right? But understand everybody's fallible, everybody's human, and he's by no means, I'm sure if you asked him, he would tell you.
Yeah.
He's not perfect. So let's keep judgments under control.
Yeah. And so then I wanted to come back to what you said where you got that premonition.
Yeah.
And the premonition, did that have like American Warrior in it? Did it have like specifics of what the path is? Or is just like, you'll be an actor?
Yeah, no, I knew that I was going to be a lead man.
Yeah.
I knew that. And then I just, I went to a sort of a lady who can see the other world. And I had a session with her to corroborate, validate. I'm a science guy, right? I need to test and prove to myself that it's true. And this is a good 2-3 years after I've been in the journey. I started building my body, and I was like, maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm just imagining. Maybe I have no premonition or no intuitive guidance. Maybe I should go check with this lady.
Yeah.
If I'm correct on the right. And literally verbatim, she repeated everything I had
Wow.
felt. I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
I'm onto something.
Onto something, and the thing is, I had no idea of American Warrior. I had no idea about. I like action movies, so I always projected myself as an action guy.
Yeah.
But I never got as
Yeah.
But premonition I got was just how I manifested my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very clear.
Yeah. Can you share us the story of how you manifested your wife?
Okay, we have time,
You're
right?
like,
yeah,
we have time.
Yeah. The thing is this. The thing is, the moment you start.
Well, I feel like this is connected. So, like, sorry to interrupt you for a second, but I feel like it's connected to, like, you seeing that woman and the ball that she just brought out of the air, the green ball, right? And started practicing some of these ideas at such a young age, at like 11, 12, 13, 14, right? And then now you're sharing with us sort of like what your practices built up to. So that's why I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I think you spoke about the Kriya Yoga first in my practice.
Yes. Kriya Yoga.
We used to have a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Let me go back to Kriya Yoga.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. I think I was wondering where we went from the Elvis thing. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad you brought me back. But what was the question that I asked you? So you said, what is your meditation practice?
Yeah.
What is your meditation practice? Yeah. So you're saying Kriya Yoga.
Yes, Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is simply, it's called the airplane route or airplane route to God. There are 4 paths in the Indian system to find higher consciousness or God, enlightenment. There is Bhakti Yoga, there is Jnana Yoga, there is Karma Yoga, and there is Raja Yoga. These are the 4 paths to God. And even if you take the world religions, they all fall under these 4 categories. Bhakti Yoga is through devotion. In Christianity, devotion is and then Jnana Yoga, for example, Buddhism, Jainism, Jnana, through the philosophical discussions, through knowing what's right, what's wrong. That's Jnana. And then there's Karma, through selfless service. And if you go into some of the amount of work some of the Christian missionaries do in India, selfless work is just great. Look at Mother Teresa, for example, and same in the Islamic tradition. They give so much charity, and that would be classified as karma yoga. And even your job could be karma yoga as long as you're selfless about it. Look at all the great scientists of the world, in the great universities, like Stanford, trying to find cure for cancer, trying to find cure for heart troubles. These are all karma yoga. So any karma yoga is anything where you're not expecting the fruits of your own action.
Yeah, no expectations.
Yeah. Then 4th is Raja Yoga. It's called the royal path. It's working with energies. Without working the mind, without working the physical body, working with energies and consciousness. And moving, and when I say energy and consciousness, since you cannot see consciousness and neither can you see energy, but what is immediately available to us is breath. So breath, let's say that if you want to get to the mouth of the tiger, the breath is the tail of the tiger. Through breathing, immediately you can grasp something which is material, which is tangible. So Kriya Yoga is a practice of, it's a breathing technique of moving energy up and down the spine. Because the spine is the instrument. Just as you want to watch TV and you want a dish antenna. The dish antenna needs to be fine-tuned to a certain frequency so that you can watch those vibrations of media, and all the pictures are already in the ether.
Yeah.
And it's that dish antenna which takes that image and so that we can see it. So the same way the spine is that. The spine in the nervous system is the dish antenna. And we need to purify the nervous system through right habits. That's why you can't put toxins in the body and live right.
Yeah.
So it's a whole program you need to do. And so through certain breathing, you can pass currents up and down the spine. And once you start passing currents up and down the spine, we have the afferent and the efferent nerves, which are the sensory and the motor nerves. And
The efferent?
the afferent and the efferent nerves.
What's that?
Afferent nerves are, these are nerves which go from the spine and come into the spine.
Okay, got it.
Motor nerves and sensory nerves.
Okay.
Okay, in physiology, it's
Yeah.
and this is what helps you to feel life. Let's say I touch you. Immediately you know that I'm touching you because there is a sensory signal goes to your brain and relays back and says motor and says, okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So there are currents going through all the time. So now through Kriya Yoga, you can localize that current to the spine through certain breathing techniques.
Right.
As the spine becomes very powerful, and anytime you pass current through anything, it becomes magnetic. And you can make the spine such a powerful magnet, it will suck up the energy of any energy in the sensory and the motor nerves and put it inside the spine. And that's consciousness.
Yeah.
Then all the consciousness will be in the spine. And that's the seat of your intuition. And that is, anyway, now it gets into technicalities of yoga, but
Yeah.
that's the fundamental logic.
Yeah. And what's the difference, just because I feel like people watching might feel like, what's the difference between Kriya Yoga and like Kundalini awakening?
Yeah. There's nothing called Kundalini yoga. There's nothing called Kundalini awakening.
I know, that's why I didn't say Kundalini
Again,
yoga.
that's all made up commercial BS, really. And because anytime you're practicing yoga, you're affecting the Kundalini. Anytime you're talking, Kundalini is just nothing but stored up serpentine energy at the base of the spine.
Yes.
And that's what it means. So anytime even if you practice stretching, that's Kundalini yoga. So when I say BS, I meant the commercial aspect of it.
Yeah.
Not the logic of it, right?
Yeah.
So everything is Kundalini, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kriya Yoga is the highest form of Kundalini
Yeah.
meditation because it magnetizes the spine quickest. So the goal is to magnetize the spine. And why do you want to magnetize the spine? So that it can suck up the energies from the sensory and the motor nerves. And why do you want to do that? So that you can become still. And the more
So that you can become still.
yes. So anytime there's energy, that means there are currents in the nerves. So to become still, the currents need to recede back into the spine.
Okay.
And that's called pratyahara in Sanskrit.
Pratyahara.
Pratyahara, interiorization. So it's one of the steps in the Patanjali's 7 steps. Patanjali Yoga.
Yeah.
So pratyahara. So until you reach pratyahara, and Krishna says about that, as a tortoise withdraws its limbs inside, so should you withdraw the energies into the spine. So meditation doesn't even start until you've done pratyahara. So it's a high ask. These are all very technical aspects of yoga.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then that's what I practice.
Yeah. And so you do that daily?
Every day, twice a day.
Okay. Through breathing.
Yes. And it takes, morning, I'm normally up around 4:15, 4:30 in the morning. And I meditate from 4:30 until 5:45, 6 in the morning. So I used to do morning, again, night, but nowadays my night meditation is probably 20, 30 minutes. So in a day, I get in maybe an hour and a half of meditation.
Yeah.
That's been my schedule for over 25, 30 years. And
Yeah? Every day.
Every day, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yes.
I used to be able to meditate every day before I had my son. And then
Yeah, it is
things
challenging.
changed for women.
I would tell I'll be the same, but that's why I started waking up earlier.
Yeah.
It is a little more challenging with
Yeah,
a family. Yeah.
How do you actually, I mean, just even speaking of family, like how are you choosing to pass this down to your son or influence him or not influence him?
No, absolutely. No. See, the thing is influence and not, these are all, again, made up words, right? The point is, Rockefeller, you think he didn't teach his son how to do business?
Maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. So the point is, we pass on what we know is positive to our progeny, to our children, to our future generation. And I believe mind control is discipline and mind control is the greatest gift you can give a child. If you give that one skill and wisdom, knowing what's right, what's not right, at least in terms of habits, physical habits, staying away from, substances and alcohol, leading a more vegetarian, so just to free the mind, very simple, right? And be good, excellent sports, get strong. These are all. So I look at it very simple. I said, ideal body, ideal mind, ideal spirit. I was just having this conversation with my son yesterday.
What does he say when you say some of these things? Is he receptive or is he
sometimes
fight back?
Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not.
Yeah.
So we try to create an environment of spirituality in the house.
Yeah.
We wake up in the morning and say our prayers. It's all mind control. He was eating candy the last couple of days, and I was like, because it was birthday.
Yeah.
Then he said, "It's my birthday month."
Birthday month.
Then I told him what happens when you eat so much sugar. I said, "Are you okay with those consequences? Are you okay with not having teeth? Are you okay with getting immunity, more fever, because the immunity is going to go down?"
Yeah.
So now his wheels are thinking, right? Consequences.
Digesting.
So he sees both mom and dad meditating. So we went to an ashram for 6 months.
Yeah.
And we put him in that environment. And he never used to go touch anybody's feet before. But now, after living in the ashram, now he comes and touches elders' feet.
On his own.
On his own.
Yeah, because right now I have to tell my son.
Yeah, exactly. So unless you see, environment is stronger than willpower.
Yeah.
If you don't give children the right environment, until they're 13, 14, then it's very difficult to convince after.
Yeah.
Because then the senses become very strong. They want to experience sensory life after that. So our tradition is we need to give the spiritual environment before senses get strong. And my wife and I, we really worked very hard to do that.
Yeah.
And that's why we went and spent 6 months in an ashram last year.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Yeah.
That is incredible. You were there the entire time.
No, I was.
Or were you going back and forth?
Because I was promoting my movie.
Yeah.
So I was coming every 6 weeks back to the US.
Yeah.
We were doing a 15-city tour, and so I'm constantly traveling. But my wife and son, they were there the entire whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my goals too. I take my son to India every year, and then this past year we went to ashram in Dharampur. It's by Pujyashri.
Okay.
Pujyashri Rakeshbhai Javeri, Gurudev Baba, we call him. So we spent time there, and it was, the way that my son adapted to that environment, it was just like
amazing, yeah.
Home.
Yes.
I asked him the other day, I was like, what did you feel when you were there? And he said it felt like home.
See, amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of things is, positive environment, it's beautiful and so does negative. We don't know what we were in the past incarnation.
Yeah.
If spiritual, right? If you're a spiritual being in the past incarnation, when I say spiritual, you were looking for truth.
Yeah.
You're looking to get out of the sensory
experience.
Prison.
Yeah.
Prison, right?
It is a prison.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a prison. When I was in the ashram just now in southern India, I saw totally Western American or Canadian or Mexican people just feel at home there. And those children blossoming, meditating, chanting, living a vegetarian, because in the past incarnation they've done it.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. You have given expression to that.
Yeah.
So it's, as parents, I believe that that's the duty, to put kids in positive environments. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I find it to be really hard living here in the States to give that kind of environment, because in India it's just so easy.
Absolutely.
It's just there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like when I'm there, I'm just connected.
Yes,
And
yes.
when I come here, I feel like,
Yeah.
oh, where's that connection?
Yes.
I have to like really try
Yeah,
hard.
it is challenging. It is challenging.
Yeah.
In the US, it is challenging. But US, the beautiful thing about the US is, it's materially, financially strong.
Yeah.
So you can use the financial strength of the US to go experience.
Yeah.
So I honor America a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I even wrote American Warrior
Yeah.
as an honor.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a good question I should have asked,
Yeah.
actually, but now you're answering it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
So why? Yeah.
when I lost big money in 2008, and or at least I was the cause of it.
What was the cause?
I was the cause of the losing
loss of money.
the loss. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big amount of money, and I made mistakes. I made judgment errors myself in business, which I didn't need to, and I did, and I take full responsibility for that. America is the only place where I don't think there's any place like the US which celebrates failure. And if you fail, I was in my 30s at the time, and in other countries, if you fail in your 30s, you're done. It's very, very difficult to build back up. America is encouraged. Oh, I filed bankruptcy, and it's fine. Hey, bring back on. I'll give you a loan. This way, you can do this. You can co-sign. You can get a small business thing. You can do this. You can do this. Unbelievable. So that honor, I wanted to say, okay, man, that's what gives you. George Foreman, this big boxer.
Yeah.
At 45 years old, he came back and became a heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
He said, I bow to that nation which allows a person at 45 to come back. And I said, bingo. And that's what, my movie is about, a positive immigrant experience. You saw it.
Yeah.
So that's because of America.
Yeah.
Nowhere else. That's why I named my movie American Warrior.
I love that.
Yeah. As an honor, as a tribute to this great nation. And,
That's great. Yeah, because I had that in the back of my head, and then I totally lost it. I was wondering why American Warrior as the name. Yeah, yeah.
Now maybe I'll talk about how I manifest my wife.
Yes.
Yeah,
you want to do that. So yeah, I know Kriya Yoga is, you're sort of describing it as it becomes a magnet. Your spine becomes a magnet, which I imagine is also a part of manifestation, right? They're completely connected.
Absolutely.
And so, and you talk about how you manifested your wife. So I was really curious about how that happened.
Whenever you, like I said, right, this magnetism is anytime you pass electricity through anything that's magnetic, it's either going to attract or repel, right?
Yeah.
And so our nerves are full of electricity. So obviously we're constantly attracting and dispelling, repelling, right? So now the yogis say that every thought of every human being has manifesting value or materializing value. Manifestation is, again, a sort of a new age word which has been abused a lot.
Yeah.
And the point is, because we are infinite consciousness, fundamentally we need to understand, since we are infinite consciousness, we already own everything. And all the experience, like for example, if my desire is to manifest a Rolls Royce, and I manifest a Rolls Royce, my consciousness gets to a certain state. Oh, I love enjoying this car. But that consciousness was already in there. The Rolls Royce is just a stimulant to bring that consciousness out. Are you with me?
Not totally.
Okay. So the objects on the outside are just conditions to bring out that consciousness which is already present.
Right. Like a mirror?
It can be a mirror.
How
no, it's a stimulant. It's a stimulant. Like, for example, yeah, like I drink chai and I get some pleasure or coffee.
Yes.
Where did the pleasure come from? Where did the joy come from? From my inside.
Yes.
It was just this is just a stimulant.
Yes.
To awaken what's already inside.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
This is very, very fundamental to understand manifesting, materializing, that all the joys you're looking for on the outside are already present on the inside.
Got it. Yes.
And what yoga teaches, remove those conditions on the outside and just go directly for the experience.
Yes.
It's good?
Got it.
Yeah. So whether it's Rolls Royce, so all those things are nothing but we are just playing an outer drama. Yeah, it feels good. It's an okay to have. You deserve more. Your consciousness is bigger, and it's designed to experience even more joy.
Yeah.
That's why if you really look at it, there is a standard commonality between all the great saints in the world. You know what it is?
What?
It's renunciation.
Yes.
They hardly wear clothes.
Yes. Yeah.
Even Jesus hardly wore clothes.
Yeah.
And same with Muhammad, and same with Buddha.
Yeah.
All the great
Renunciation.
Mahavira, he didn't even have a loincloth. So why are these people so obsessed about renouncing even their clothing? Because it's an hindrance to achieving that higher state of consciousness.
Yeah.
And that higher state of consciousness, they found out the secret of life.
I've never heard it explained like
exactly
this.
because they don't know.
Really-
Again, like I said, people don't know, right?
Yeah.
So if you learn from the true masters, you know this stuff.
Yeah.
So all the things which you were aspiring for and you ever dreamt of is already present within you.
Yeah.
First step.
That I've heard. Yes. I get that.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
And so now I say, okay. Then the second thing is, and the yogis say, if you speak truth for 12 years, from the 13th year, whatever you say will become true. That's the amount of power we're talking about here. So every thought and every,
As a yogi.
I mean, it doesn't matter whether
Doesn't matter.
if you're a truthful person,
Oh, if you just
Speak truth.
the truth.
speak truth.
Every
for 12,
moment.
every
of every
moment
day.
for 12 years in thought, deed, and action.
Yeah.
From the 13th year, everything you say will become true. And we have seen this over and over.
So how does, when it comes to manifestation, what I get a little bit tripped up by is karma, right? We have a million years
Yes.
of karma that
Yes.
we're burning through
Yes, yes.
or trying to shed. So how do we, if we have that much karma, how can we just manifest whatever we want when karma is actually in the mix?
Yeah, that is where, okay, it's a very good question. That's where we have the big G behind us.
The big G,
Yeah.
who's the
God,
big-
God.
Okay.
So God as a divinity can rewrite karma in an instant. Even if it's not you're meant to. For example, I used to have this prayer when I'm trying to make this movie happen and it's not happening. And my prayer to God would be, God, rewrite my karma. Even if it's not meant to happen, make it happen for me.
Yeah. So I mean,
So-
what you're doing is sort of like shedding.
Yes.
You're trying to shed.
Because in 1 second, God can get rid of the million years of karma. And the best way to look at it is you go into a dark room, you switch on the light. It doesn't matter the darkness had been there for 1,000 years. One light is what it took.
Yes.
So dispeller of darkness. So 1 second, everything, all the karma could be gone.
Got it. Yeah, because in Jainism, what we have is there's 8 different types of karma. And there's a type of karma that's called nikachit karma, right? Have you heard of that before?
What is it?
Nikachit.
Okay.
Nikachit karma means that it's a type of karma that you cannot shed.
Okay.
You have to
Go through it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to go through it.
Yeah, but the karmic effects, yes, you have to go through, but you can reduce it.
Yes.
That's why I'm wearing this.
Yes.
You can reduce it. Like, for example, let's say that you're supposed to be burnt. You're supposed to get a fire burn on all over your body. And if you have certain spiritual practices and if a guru helps you and you wear pure metal next to your skin,
yeah.
it can reduce it by 75%. You will still have to experience the burn,
Yeah.
but not the whole.
Yes.
So karma, yes.
Yeah, my guru gave me,
Yes.
we have a no-kar mantra, which
Yeah,
is our Jain mantra.
Yeah. So it can be manipulated.
Yeah.
It can be the karmic blueprint can be manipulated. Why? Because it's still in the realm of Maya. And consciousness is not in the realm of Maya.
Yeah. Explain Maya just for people that may
So
not know what it means.
Maya is nothing but the illusory force of repulsion. Maya is in Christianity they call it Satan.
Okay.
So Maya is illusion which deceives you.
I never heard those two things
Yeah,
compared.
yeah.
So that's why
So
I'm
it
laughing.
deceives you. For example, let's say you think people. For example, people love another human, and some people, through love failure, kill themselves. It's happened in the West and the East. Oh, I love and I can't live without her or live without him, so I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So this is Maya taking over you with lack of understanding that your consciousness, there is nothing called soulmate, meaning you don't need to complete each other.
Yeah.
That's all still in the ego level.
Maya.
In the ego level.
Okay.
You don't lack anything. So the point is,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, there is no lack inside you.
Yeah.
Just because you feel that there is a lack inside you, you want it to be filled by another person.
Yeah.
So when that
That's the
person leaves,
delusion. That's the delusion.
That's the delusion. That's Maya. It stems from Maya.
Yeah.
So Maya is everywhere. And even when Buddha, in the final moments of his enlightenment, the Maya, Satan came and tested him. And he said, I'll make you the ruler of this earth. And Buddha said no. And he got enlightenment. So, and same thing happened to Christ. So every great, and it will happen to us as well, in the final point before enlightenment, we'll be thrown with all these beautiful things which subconsciously would have meant something before, but no longer.
Yeah. We sort of say you're burning through that.
Yeah.
That nikachit.
Yeah. So God can take, divine consciousness can burn your karma in 1 second. So all we are talking about can be just nullified in like that. And that is where devotion comes. That is where that love comes in. And the God is, and the higher consciousness is so compassionate that every desire, true desire of yours will be satisfied. And I just know that, and I've experienced that in my life. So now let's come to manifestation. So I always go with the feeling that I embodied that. Oh, I am not lacking anything. So whatever I desire is just like food for sustenance. I need food 2-3 times a day and to sustain myself. So everything I'm after, I have a detached attachment.
You have detached attachment.
Yes. So
How does that work?
and how that works is knowing truth. Let's say we all sleep. I sleep 6 hours, but an average human being sleeps 8 hours. So we are awake only 16 hours.
Yeah.
All right. So life is just showing how delusional it is. And out of that, we are working for 8 hours. The remaining 8 hours, we are just passing by, whatever, right? So nobody, and even when you love, even the most, that person can't eat for you. You cannot eat for the person. And we are all subjected to the law of impermanence. Anybody can pass, leave the body any minute. So once you're aware of these things, it loosens your your attachment towards physical life.
Yeah.
And the more you meditate, you're sort of living in a higher plane of energy plane.
Yeah.
Energy plane where the physicalities don't mean as much.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to go away, but so once I understood and programmed all this into my DNA, so I was already, by the time I was looking for my wife, soulmate, these things I understood already, subconsciously.
Yeah.
That she's not going to come and complete me. She's not going to. If I can't love myself, no matter how much love she gives me, it's not going to change.
Yeah.
So I'm complete in myself. I first made sure that I am happy. This is the first requirement in finding love. Do you love hanging out with yourself? First requirement. When I was teaching about relationship, that's the first thing. Make sure you get to a point where you love yourself. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe I'm misquoting him, he said, anybody who can go to the movies alone has found the truth of life. Yeah. I get that. He's figured out life or something like that. So that's what he's alluding to. So the point is, we need to enjoy spending time with ourselves. Yeah. I absolutely enjoyed my drive here, coming here, and I was on the phone making some conference calls, but I really enjoy myself. I'm really happy with my own being in my state of consciousness. So I approach love like that. First step. So manifestation, once you approach that, then the technicality of,
just really quickly. But there's never like there are times that you're not just always loving yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I just want to say that because sometimes I feel like when people are talking about loving yourself, it feels like a destination. And once you've attained it, you have it. It's not, it's like it's a moment
constantly
to moment.
moving. It's a constant struggle. In 30 years of serious meditation, I cannot remember maybe one or twice when I had a deep meditation.
Yes.
That's a reality.
Yes.
Thank
you for saying
it's a struggle. I'm no means perfect. Sometimes I feel like, man, I meditated this long and my thoughts are so restless. When is it ever going to change?
Yeah.
So I have no I'll be the first. We are all experimentalists. We are all in this journey towards higher consciousness.
Yeah.
And we are all fallible.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is we are after something.
Yeah.
That satisfaction on the inside. Yes, I might fail today, but I'll come back again.
Yeah.
Every day is
seeker.
new. You're a seeker. You're not a know-it-all.
Yeah.
The Sadhguru said this beautifully. He said, India is a land of seekers. India is not a land of know-it-all. Everybody is a scientist. Everybody is in his own path because we know that what I do is what I'm going to get. Action, reaction, karma.
Yeah.
So it's a culture of self-regulation.
Yeah.
That's the DNA.
And self-responsibility.
Self-responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you understand that manifestation, that is that, I have the power to materialize what I want because it's inside me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? That is so that drove me. But then Yogananda is one of the few people who spoke about there are certain mantras you can practice.
Yeah.
And to magnetize yourself and living right.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say so we have to understand magnetism versus demagnetism.
Magnetism versus demagnetism.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very important to understand. So demagnetism is, so I have a certain prana bank balance. So let's say I have $1 million worth of. So it's my job to grow it and protect it. Mm-hmm. And not that million to come to $1 or $2. Mm-hmm. So same way everybody has a certain pranic balance. Mm-hmm. The reason they are not able to materialize or manifest what they want is because they're constantly demagnetizing.
Right.
So you have a bucket of water or milk.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much milk you pour. If you have a hole in the bucket, it doesn't matter how much milk you pour into it.
Sure.
It's never going to be full.
Right.
You'll see traces of milk. The same way, so our job is to plug the holes so that the energy we get, prana bank balance,
Yes.
is constantly multiplying. And if you don't multiply, and if you constantly magnetize yourself, you have a higher chance of materializing, manifesting all your dreams.
Okay.
If you demagnetize, so now next question is, what are the things, actions, activities which are going to magnetize me?
Right.
What are the activities which are going to demagnetize? So I wrote a whole chapter in my book about that.
Yeah.
So this is the fundamental of manifestation.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you the science of,
It's great.
discussing the science of, and this is what I discussed with Michael Beckwith on his show. Because he said, what is yoga?
And Michael Beckwith is the,
Agape.
yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
But he was also in The Secret.
Yes, secret, yes. Because he was asking me about what yoga and love is about. And I said, yoga and love starts where secret left off.
A huge gap.
Yes, yeah. And he said, what do you mean by that? And I said, an average human being has, psychologists are estimating, anywhere from 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day.
Yeah.
And if I say that every thought has a materializing value, and somebody cuts me in traffic and I abuse and curse them and I say you die or whatever, you don't want them to die.
Yeah.
So that means, that tells you that not every thought needs to materialize for your own protection.
Yeah.
So how am I going to take the 50,000 to 10,000 to 1,000 to 10 thoughts to one thought? That's where yoga comes in. So once you reduce...
Because you're
controlling, so you
your
can manifest
thoughts.
what's for your highest good.
Yeah.
I want an ideal soulmate. That's for your highest good. I want to be successful in business. That's for your highest good. I want a strong body. That's for your highest good. So then you can control and choose what to materialize and what not to materialize, because you are God. In India, we say, aham brahmasmi, meaning I am infinite consciousness.
Yes.
I am the creator of everything. Everything I'm aspiring for, like I said, that's the first rule in manifesting, is already inside me.
Yes.
I'm just bringing it out. So now...
But how is a Rolls Royce going to be for my highest good?
No, that could be a karmic thing. Why not? So because in your infinite consciousness, you are judging Rolls Royce means it's only for very wealthy people. I don't deserve it. And maybe if I have a Rolls Royce, people, so there's so many judgments in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay. That's fair.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
I'm enjoying a nice meal.
Yes.
Nothing is preventing you. You are a child of God. You
Yeah.
deserve everything which is beautiful in this world.
Okay. Yes.
But the point is whether the trouble comes when you get attached.
Yes.
The trouble comes, I will not live without a Rolls Royce
Yes.
or a Ferrari. That's where the problem comes.
Yes.
If you're detached, that's why I said manifestation, there are certain principles. I am everything already.
Yes.
Everything I'm aspiring for is already inside me.
Yes.
Second is law of impermanence. Anything can be taken away from you. Anything. Third thing is law of detachment, attached detachment.
Yeah.
I will enjoy it while it lasts.
Yes.
But when it's gone, I wouldn't miss it.
Yes.
So these are fundamental shifts
Yes.
you need to do in your brain for allowing manifestation to happen. These are the principles on which manifestation, materializing stands.
Got it.
Then we need to figure out what are the techniques you can practice to magnetize yourself and prevent demagnetism. For men, for example, one of the greatest ways to prevent demagnetism is to control the semen and not lose it. And so it's one of the most demagnetizing actions you can do. Meat eating and even too much talking demagnetizes you. So the $1 million will go down to 990,000, 900,000. Too much talking. Yes,
Really?
yes. So that's why in meditation, silence it balances out. Silence
I
magnetizes.
talk too much.
Yeah, so, you can meditate and yeah. So and high prana foods, fruits, for example, very high prana.
Yeah.
So try fasting. Fasting will pick up your magnetism like on steroids. Fasting is one of the most powerful ways to magnetize yourself. Fruit eating, salads, exercise. So it's so many things, and loving the work you do magnetizes you. That's why you find very successful people who have done it, and people are very attracted to them. Why? It's that magnetism.
Yeah.
People don't understand. It's that magnetic energy, or because they love what they do. I think it was Spielberg or someone. One of them. Somebody said, "I can make love to the film."
Yeah.
They are so in love, and the great musicians you can read in history in Germany. I think they would. One musician was extremely wealthy, and the butler would leave the food outside, and the butler would have left the lunch, and the lunch was still untouched dinner time.
Yeah.
Because the composer is in such a high state of consciousness.
Yeah.
So we all gone that. So that's the state of consciousness you want to be in to manifest. And those are people, when they say something, it'll just
Starts to come through.
So I've learned all this, right? And I learned that, then I started putting it in practice. And Yogananda said that if you practice for 6 months, at the end of 6 months, you will attract your ideal mate,
Okay.
come into your sphere of influence.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay. So I start practicing. And maybe third month into my practice, I get an opportunity to work in a movie.
And you're practicing mantra and
Mantra,
all these,
meditation,
a bunch of things.
a bunch of things. I read it's actually 7 different keys.
Okay.
There are 7 blocks I found out after I spent 3 years writing Yoga and Love.
Yeah.
And there are 7 blocks which are preventing somebody from attracting your ideal mate.
Yeah.
And 3 are inner blocks and 4 are outer blocks. I don't want to get into the detail.
Yeah.
3 inner blocks and 4 outer blocks. And once you clear them, and you can have a combination of blocks. Your 6th block could be so heavy that you might be doing 4 or 5 other things. But if that block is there, it still won't manifest.
That requires such a high level of awareness also, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Awareness is just, when you're in school, okay, grades are a reflection of your how you're evolving as a student. There is a whole system which is constantly telling you're performing well, you're not performing.
Yeah. Sometimes I think C students are smarter than A students.
Right. I was always a C student.
There you go.
And neither am I smart, but I'm just saying. The point is we don't have such a support system for relationships. We don't have such a support system for finances. We don't have such a support system for health. I say that these 3 things make a human. A successful relationship, successful career, health, a healthy life. And if you can, and that's where yoga, I think, is very beautiful. It's like an ecosystem which you can get into and sort of measure yourself. Am I on the right path?
blocks, I know we're not going to get into the blocks just yet, but are the blocks connected to the magnetism and
Yeah,
demagnetizing?
absolutely. So then the blocks meaning demagnetize. You're demagnetized.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is just, it's impersonal, non-judgmental. Just increase magnetism there. That's one of the greatest, I used to coach a lot of women when they started the program and they all come from really bad divorces or breakups. By third month into I used to have a 6-month program. By third month, I teach how to uncover your Dharma, how to unravel your Dharma. I have a huge 6 months. I spent 6 months writing that chapter in my book.
Wow.
By the third, once they learn about that, they are so passionate about, oh my God, I have so much to discover within myself. By the 6th month, they're like, I don't want a relationship. Then I said, now you're ready.
Yeah.
When you get to that state where you're so happy with yourself, where you don't need a relationship, you're ready.
That's why people always say, like, once you decide, I think people mistranslate this a little bit. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to just stop dating. So then maybe somebody will come. But there's a little bit of
they don't. Again, it's not being taught right.
Yeah, exactly.
So coming back to, so I read that and I
Yeah.
said, all right. So third month, I got an opportunity to work in a movie because I knew that I was going to be in film and never had experience with film before because I did theater, community theater. And then I saw an ad for a movie to be filmed in San Diego over the weekend. And they needed a 60-year-old woman as casting, looking for. Then I said, let me just call, not for the part, but I called and said, maybe I'll help with some coffee or something, an assistant, right?
Yeah.
So I called the director picked up and he said, yeah, sure. I finished casting, but I said, I want to learn, being around the set. And he said, yeah, sure, come on over. And I did. Then, so this was the third month into my practice. And 5th month into my practice, and I had already started shooting for 2 months, right? Weekends. And it's a warm, very hot San Diego day, not San Diego, Encinitas. And I'm just standing there and a very hot day, and I get this incredible feeling in my heart. Then I turn around, this girl is standing right behind me. I didn't make much of it. And when she walked away, the feeling disappeared. Then that night when I meditated and I was doing my practice, I heard a voice say that she's the one you've been looking for. She's the one you've been looking for. No matter where I go, that voice is just, she's the one, she's the one. I was like, what? This is outrageous. And my scientific mind is like, no, how is it possible? When I prayed to the divine for a wife, a soulmate, I asked for only one thing. And I said, I want a girl who will support my meditation practice. That's all I asked, really. And I never asked for anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I said, I don't know if this girl meditates. So the next morning I went early to set to see if I can recreate that feeling. This is my ego science mind, right? And so whenever I stood around her, I could get that same, she's the one, she's the one, she's the one. And for the rest, you got to read my book. But
You got to read Yoga and Dharma.
But then, not without getting too detailed in the story, I went and told her that I did this practice and
Yeah?
yeah.
What did she say?
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, this is so crazy. I said, and she said no. She said, I don't feel anything like that for you. And you're not even my type, number one. And plus, I'm not for a serious relationship. I just graduated. I'm looking for a job.
Yeah.
I'll say this and then the rest you can talk later. Then I just put my hand out and I said, thank you very much for allowing me to express myself.
Yeah.
I've been carrying this for 2-3 months inside me.
Oh, you were carrying it for that long?
Because after the revelation that she's the one, in the 5th month, which was in August, I didn't break it to her until November, 5th of November.
Oh, right, okay.
So I've been struggling on the inside, right?
Yeah.
This voice will not let me go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up. I got to get on with my life. And then it took her 2 months and she came around. And now we're married for over 20 years.
Wow. Okay, I'm just going to ask you one thing about this, which is what made her come around?
Now we're getting deep into the story.
Okay.
what made her come around? I think one day I was frustrated because I kept telling her in the email that she's the one.
You kept emailing her?
Yeah.
Even after? She was like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You're
because
saying it like, of course I would email her.
Yeah. Because, the thing is, and she was talking to me.
She kept talking to you too. Yeah, okay. So it wasn't like she was just
Yeah,
closed.
yeah. She's talking. Then one day I just emailed and I said, hey, you're a science student. I'm a science student. In science, you never say no to anything without testing. I said, forget all the spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
Manifesting, whatever thing. As scientists, what if I were the best guy for you and you were the best girl for me? We would never know without testing. So I propose that you come to my meditation temple for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, if you don't feel that I'm the guy, I don't need to bother you again.
Yeah.
That made sense to her.
Oh, wow.
She's a very logical, very logical person. And she said, okay, maybe then I knew that. But then she also had a Yogananda experience. She had no clue about Yogananda. She had no clue about meditation. And you got to read the book about that for that. I don't want to. She had an experience where he pointed out that I was the future husband.
Wow.
And we've been married over 20 years now.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So manifesting works.
The power of manifestation.
Manifesting works. Materializing works because we have that power.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if it doesn't work, it's not meant to be in this incarnation. There are certain rules and principles of love we need to work through and understand. And once we understand, it's an internal dialogue so personal, between the divine and you. And in the right moment, your heart will be fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's what we are looking for. We're looking for that fulfillment.
Yeah.
We are hungry, we eat food, we feel satisfied, right? But the meal gets better after fasting.
It does. It tastes amazing.
After fasting is great, right? You can really feel it. I used to do 9-day water fasting.
Yeah.
So that meal, the first meal, is just so delicious.
Yeah.
So the same way, let's say you've not found love, it's coming.
Yeah.
We just need to check box certain things from our own consciousness. You need to remove that extra, delusional, wrong programming. That's the word. Through mantra practice, meditation, we can recreate new brain. We can create a new, when I say recreate new brain, we can create new neuronal pathways.
Yeah.
And new neuronal pathways will give better outcomes. So we can consciously create that. So the brain is always changing, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
And the beauty of this, of what you're saying, is like this idea of changing neural pathways or deconditioning or even regulating your nervous system. All of this has been in our spiritual text.
Absolutely, for thousands of years.
For thousands of years. And then
I always ask this question, and when I write, like I said, the $4 billion has been invested, right, in the last 25 years in all these big universities on meditation and pranayama. I said, if you've invested $4 billion for 10,000 years without doing any research the way we do, they knew these things work. How did they know?
Yeah.
Just to ponder on that question is mind-boggling. How did the great ones from that culture know that this works? Which in modern science you're spending $4 billion on.
Yeah.
Right?
It's insane.
So you got to go, we should take it so seriously and study it at the deepest level.
Yeah. And one is like an embodiment.
Yes.
And one is information.
Yes, information. But again, like I said, right?
But it's proving.
It's like they're in the kindergarten, right? They're in kindergarten right now. And it's like a kid in a candy store. Oh my God, manifestation, meditation, spiritual living. It's the culture is only 200 years old. 250 years old. It's very new.
Yeah.
And since it's very new, they're excited about all this reincarnation, karma. And at some point, the consciousness, the country will settle and become, a lot of the words, Sanskrit words have become.
But the thing is that the diaspora also, I often feel like they don't know this information.
Absolutely.
So that's where I feel like we need to bridge some of that gap.
And the diaspora doesn't, because we need to understand, India was ruled by British for 200 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you know, and I think it's very important to share this. When the British came into India in the mid 1700s, India was the wealthiest nation known to man.
Yeah.
Okay? And to give you in figures, America controls 24% of the world's GDP today. And it's the wealthiest nation known to man. India controlled 27% of the world's GDP in 1750. 27%. And before the Muslim invasion, it was over 50%. So you're looking at a country more powerful financially than the United States.
Yeah.
That's why the British went. The British didn't go to Ethiopia. They didn't go to South. They went later to South Africa. But went to India. Why? Because it's the wealthiest nation.
Yeah.
And they took the most wealthiest nation on the planet, which was 27% GDP, and reduced it to less than 1% in 200 years.
Wow.
And siphoned off $45 trillion. And this is all now noted research is coming, and I'm just basing all my stuff on research stuff.
Yeah.
Siphoned off 45 trillion, sucked up. And,
Wow.
And enter London, everything was built on Indian wealth.
Yeah.
And so you take a country like the United States and make it a Somalia in 200 years. It's a vacuum. And so we are barely 75 years since that sort of mauling and rape of India. And it's a miracle that the country is functioning. Because when they left, it was less than 1%. Until 1991, it didn't even grow at 1% per year. And now it's growing at 8.5% to 9% a year. So the thing is, and Indian history was written by two British guys who never went to India. So, that's where the bias and the racism was. They couldn't digest the fact that there was such an advanced civilization in India.
Yeah.
They couldn't take that and make sense of it. And there's also this historic religious, because you have a Adam and Eve perspective in the Western world.
Yes.
All right, that's the reality.
Yep.
And according to the estimate, that's 4,000 years is the Old Testament, the first man, for whatever reason they think that, right? So here you have evidence of 10,000 years of culture, advanced people who are sitting and meditating 7,000 years ago. That throws you off.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense to them. How can Adam and Eve be 4,000 years? Then
Exactly.
people in India.
It's like blows your whole worldview.
So they purposely took out all the good stuff about Indian knowledge system and suppressed it consciously.
Yeah.
And,
To retain
and
the
made
narrative.
and made slaves out of population. So people who have studied in modern India in the 60s and 70s and 80s are nothing but products of a British. They are brown on the outside, but very British on the inside, because that's what they've been taught.
Yeah.
And people, fortunately for me, the family I come from, we got training in the true scriptures. So we understand the value and we know the knowledge. Like, for example, you can look at a land and the land could look barren, right? Maybe there's no wealth, right? But if the soil is extremely rich and you know the soil is very rich, you can grow what you want.
Yes.
So India, the British just destroyed the outside.
The land.
Yeah, they just destroyed
Not
the land.
soil, the land.
So the soil is super fertile.
Yeah.
That's why the bounce back is so fast.
Yeah.
Even now, I mean, look at it. I mean, since the 60s, right? Over 60 to 70% of the H-1B visas have been taken by Indians.
Yes.
My niece joined sometime back PayPal. And I said, how many people in your team? She said, 61 software engineers, right? Everybody has a master's in computer science. Then I said, how many are Indian? She said, 69. 16. So the entire American software industry was built by Indians.
Yeah.
It's just it's a fact. And Indian diaspora is the wealthiest ethnic minority in the US. The median income is $150,000. An average American is only $70,000. This is double.
Yeah.
And number two is $110,000. I think it's either Korean American or some Asian American. So this is the level of, and this didn't come out of nowhere. This Indian education system, the brilliance of Indian, is not, it didn't come out of nowhere. Because the soil is so rich, we have a huge tradition. Like, for example, even if you want to go take a yoga class right now, right? Do you know how expensive it is?
Yeah.
Yoga is significantly more expensive than going to a LA Fitness or a 24-hour fitness where you pay anywhere from, I don't know, $30, $40.
Yeah.
One class, yoga classes. So
20, 30 bucks.
the point I'm trying to make is, this is my theory.
Yeah.
The seeking of truth and higher consciousness comes after you're satisfied your basic material necessities.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there is such a huge hunger in America for yoga and Indian stuff, because they are materially to an extent satisfied. Everybody has a car, everybody has a job, nobody's hurting.
Not in survival.
They're survival mode. And yoga, India came in yoga came 10,000 years ago. So imagine how materially abundant that culture would have been to go seek higher truth
Yes.
than material. You understand?
Yes, I get
so it's so yoga couldn't come from a poverty culture.
Yes.
From a famine culture.
Yes.
From a poor projection of India.
Right.
That's not the truth. That's only in the last 200 years.
Yes.
The British rape. For time immemorial, India, there are accounts of Portuguese going in the 1600s. Never saw one poor person in India, entire India. So we have proof of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a very abundant culture all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That just blew my mind. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like how you picked up Autobiography of a Yogi when you were, how old again?
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah. To starting to practice all of that in your life and how you've deeply researched the ways that this can create in your life, you know? And I didn't get to even speak about this, but you do many different things.
Yes, I do.
You're a real estate agent, you're an actor.
I'm a real estate investor.
Yeah. You're a real estate investor.
Entrepreneur, real estate entrepreneur.
Yeah. A real estate investor, an actor. You've written a book. You've supported people around their love lives and their relationships. You know, that breadth that you expand into even in your own life can only come from somebody that I feel has been doing some sadhana. Has been doing some sadhana inside. So I just so appreciate your research, your understanding, your knowledge, your embodiment.
Yes.
And so thank you so much for being on the show.
You know, it's Krishna in the Gita says, Shreyan Swadharma Viganaha Paradharma Sunishchitat. So what he's saying is, it's better to do your own dharma imperfectly than do somebody else's dharma.
Yeah.
So what that means is, the only thing which I feel good about myself, I always listen to my heart.
Yeah.
I went after what I love to do. I never
There's so many people that are not doing that.
Yes.
They're going for safety versus their heart.
Yes.
Because there is not a lot of safety in following your heart.
Absolutely.
Right?
But the thing is, that's what...
it seems.
That's what
in your
demagnetizes you.
mind.
That's what demagnetizes you.
Demagnetizes you.
Yeah. If you do what you don't love to do, it sucks the energy out of you.
Yeah.
And there is a balance in there. You know, the point is, America is one place where you can have a balance. I always say, don't quit your job if that's what pays your bills. Do that 5 days, but bust your butt over the weekend. Work 15 hours on what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So you can have a balance. So it doesn't have to be this or that. We tend to think in extreme. I'm going to quit everything. Oh, I'm going to do what I love to do. I'm going to make millions of dollars. That is not reality. Be cautious, have wisdom, use your reasoning. God gave you a big brain and use it.
Yeah. No, I love that you talked a lot about following your passion, because even I have felt like through doing this podcast, I was a love and relationship coach for over 15 years and just let that go because it wasn't fueling me anymore.
Sure.
And switched into this and really like what you described, like I love this, like I love this, and I just see so much like flow and connection coming through on its own. And I'm not even focused on the results in the way that I was when I wasn't doing what I loved.
Yeah.
Like I'm just enjoying the journey.
Awesome. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm very happy for you that very few people get to know that to do what you love and to be in it and not be stressed about life. And God bless you.
It's a privilege.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you love this episode of Desi Wisdom. Please leave a comment below telling me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you would have wanted more of. It really helps me refine this podcast to give you exactly what you want. I will be reading every comment and responding. Also, I know this is the last thing that you're going to want to be doing, but if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, you'll be notified of the episodes that come out every single Tuesday. So hit that subscribe button. And if you're ready to binge another episode of Desi Wisdom, take a look at this one. It's a good one.